Hello, Flosstube. We're back. We're the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch.
I'm Priscilla.
And I'm Chelsea.
We're back to talk to you about our stitching for a week and a couple days.
First, we're going to start out with questions. People want to know if we use 2 or 3 threads on our 28 count even weave Monaco. We use 2 over 2. Hometown Holidays by Little House Needleworks. She started that one this week. We're both doing them individually, not as one big piece. Santa's Village that I'm working on currently, I am doing in an individual piece. I bought a yard of fabric for that from 123 Stitch to fit the whole project on, and that's on their website as well. You can see the layout of how it's supposed to be.
On Country Cottage Needleworks website.
Country Cottage Needleworks, sorry. Frosty Forest, they want to know what your base color was.
Light blue. And then it's tea coffee dyed.
For the sticky board, you use the sticky side towards your the back of your stitching. So you take the back.
Right, the stitching gets stuck to the sticky board. And then I use hot glue on the back to
fold around the corners. Right. It is repositionable, it is forgiving, so if you put it on there and it isn't straight, you can peel it off and put it back on.
And also, that same person asked how we attach the magnets and sheet metal. I use hot glue.
Sheet metal and magnets can be found at your local hardware store. Make sure the magnets are strong enough to hold on whatever you're holding on to. So many times we have a couple layers that we're adding to our finished piece, so you need to make sure the magnet is strong enough for that. And then where do we get chalk paint?
Sorry.
Once again, Priscilla, please, I'm going to just do like a disclaimer. Please mute your phones before we start a video. Where do you get chalk paint?
We get it at Home Depot. We use Rust-Oleum.
Rust-Oleum chalk paint. Chalkboard paint. I use chalk paint for all the furniture that you see on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, I do furniture rehabs. And then tips for a newbie. Somebody's starting out, a lot of people actually have messaged us saying that they're picking up cross stitch for the first time or for the first time in many, many years.
That's so great.
We're excited about that and we're excited to inspire you. I'd say what I did was I stuck to what I'm comfortable with. So a lot of people don't understand why we use the same kind of fabric for everything. It's because I know how to stitch on it. And it's
start a small project first. That would probably be the biggest. I was
going to bring my first project because I don't think I've shown it to you. It is
like little tiny Lizzie Kate.
Very little, but just to get that. And I think maybe starting with a few smaller projects just to get that kind of satisfaction that you finished something.
And I knew that if she finished something, she would be excited about it, so that she would want to keep doing it. But if she started a big piece and it took her a year to do it, she'd be like,
Yeah, I have a short attention span a lot of the time. But that's what keeps us going from project to project to project. People want to know why I had a lot of unfinished whips. I don't think they've watched a lot of Flosstube, so we show a lot of whips. Those are works in progress. I have a lot of works in progress because I like to jump from project to project.
You don't have that many, probably 10, 12, right?
That's a lot.
That's not a lot. There's people that have like 300.
I wouldn't manage that. Okay. Oh, and so you did see, and a lot of you guessed right, we started a quilting project. I wish that I could insert photos here because I would be showing you all of the pins that my mom sent me on Pinterest and just all of the text messages she has sent me saying, remember when she said, I'm not quilting, I'm not ready for that, I'm not doing it. Now she's sending me all of these quilt things. She started her second quilt before I'd even finished my first quilt.
No, you finished your first.
She's hooked.
I'm not hooked. I just want a couple. Just a couple. I'm not giving up my cross stitch.
We're not giving up cross stitch. We're just adding it to our repertoire. And by a couple, she means winter, Halloween, spring, fall, sunflowers, checks, flannels, just a few. Just a few. One for every chair in the room.
Just seasonal things.
But they wanted to know who we watched for inspiration. Melanie Ham has a lot of quilting tutorials. She's I watched her. She was a younger woman, so I don't know. I felt like
And
she would explain it like I would
didn't
know.
watch any quilting tutorials until it came to do the binding. I needed help. So that was it.
She knew how to do it, and I kind of just walked her through what I had learned. Melanie Ham didn't do the 4-inch squares like we did, but I mean, she teaches you how to go through a quilt.
We'll show you those in a little while. We're going to show you our other stuff first.
Okay, so previous finishes.
This is Ghoul Tidings from Plum Street, and I just finished it in a frame, and it's just got a really pretty pickup on the top, and it's a cute design. Very cute. And I think when I did this, I did it in DMC because I did it a few years ago.
Okay. And then you said who it's by?
Yes.
Okay. Next is...
Yeah, be careful with the bow.
Yeah.
This is the Seasons in Chalk, the one that was in the special Halloween edition of Just Cross Stitch. And I draw the chalkboards, and Kathy turns them from hands-on design, turns them into cross-stitch patterns. And this is finished on a chalkboard, mounted into a vintage, this is a paint by number frame that we found in an estate sale for like $2. And then I just add seasonal things up at the top. And that one hangs here in the dining room, right in the doorway of the kitchen. And then we thought we would show you, because I've never shown these before.
the process.
Do you have the big one? This is the chalkboard I drew to get to that. And here's the littler, the top part. And so I send pictures of these to Kathy, and she turns them into the cross-stitch charts. And there's so many of you stitching it and buying it, and it's just wonderful. I just love seeing everybody on Instagram and Facebook and every place. It's very exciting. And the winter one has been drawn, and it's...
Can't say anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys.
But it's...
I haven't seen it yet. Hopefully that came through.
Okay.
All right, so next up, like I said, we spent 3 days, so Saturday, Sunday, and then I came over for an hour on Monday to quilt it.
But Saturday, we cut it all.
Yep, and started sewing the pieces
I got my whole top sewn on Saturday.
So she's sewn before. I sewed for maybe 30 minutes in home ec class in high school, you know, a couple of years ago. So I'd never sewn before, so getting lines straight and figuring out seams, I was just struggling. So, I mean, I got it. We're good to go, but I got it. Somebody asked if we cut all of these by hand. We used a rotary cutter and a self-healing mat.
This, we used orange polka dot and then black check gingham for the binding. Of course, black gingham.
Yeah.
And a lot of these Halloween fabrics I already had in the basement, and then we bought some new ones to go with it, and they're amazing. And if you look at my Instagram, my dog just
loves it.
Yeah.
She loves it. Somebody asked if we quilted on top. Yes, we just did straight up and down with our machine.
Every line, yeah.
Every line. It's not perfect. It's not something I would want a quilter to critique, but I love it, and it's something that my family will get to keep and hang out with every year. So, I mean, I'm happy with it. For my first quilt, I'm happy I finished it.
Yep.
In 3 days. And then our quip.
We both did Christmas ones. And this again, we had a lot of my fabrics down in the basement that we used, and then we added some like checks and plaids, and
I just love it.
And we're hoping to get most of them done today, because this is just the front. We need to do the we have to go by batting and
figure out what we're going to use for the back.
Okay, so now cross stitch whips, what you came here to see, right? I did start trick or treat.
Where do you have finishes this week, Priscilla?
No, you don't have any either.
I have
Slacker.
a finish. No, you made a big deal about me not having a finish last week.
I do have little finishes.
Aren't you supposed to show those first? We've only been doing this for, what number is this? 12, 11?
But they're like my whips because they're continuous. So go ahead and show your finishes. Sorry.
Thank you.
I'll just go outside and talk on my phone.
Right. Whack, whack, whack. Bessie is done. Look at that booty. She's so cute. I love her. I can't wait to start on the next ones. And then I don't like how my chicken turned out, so I'm going to redo the chicken, but I'm just going to show it as a finish because, you know.
Well, it's not finished if it's...
And yes, I left enough fabric, Priscilla.
Oh my gosh, not very much.
Nope, not enough. So this is my Hometown Holidays by...
Our homespun holidays.
Yeah, she keeps calling it Homespun Holidays. Sorry. All right, so that's what we got.
And I decided on the airplane last night, too, that we need a stitch along for this. So...
Oh, we do?
Yeah. But we're going to do PC Hometown Holidays on Instagram.
News to me, guys.
PC.
PC. What about CP?
Well, it's Priscilla and Chelsea, so we can do you first next time.
Okay, thank you. All right, your turn.
All right, so remember this that I showed you for 2 weeks that said I was going to start it? I did start it.
This is Bent Creek Trick or Treat. If you remember, she looked through her stash from a long, long time ago. So this is an older copy, like 2005. She dyed some fabric. She coffee dyed it.
Right, I tea and coffee dyed it, and I didn't think it was dark enough, so I had some brown Rit dye that I threw on top of it and rinsed it out real quick, and this is what I got, and it's really neat.
It shows the colors really well.
And then this is a finish. But these are the Frosty Forests.
Your back is so neat on this one.
But that's
what I want to start next, is just the
It's
uproar of
1,
people who have perfect
2,
backgrounds.
3,
or perfect backs.
4,
What am I showing these, Priscilla?
5, 6.
She
That's
can
number
count to
7
10.
that's done.
Number 7. So you guys have seen all of these. This is Frosty Forest. She knows how she's going to finish them, so she is just trying to speed through them.
And I tried to stitch Frosty Forest on Monday, so hopefully today, after she
Frosty Monday.
beats me to sew on the sewing machine for a while.
I love sewing on the sewing machine now.
Oh my
It's fun.
gosh.
I don't not like cross stitch. Let's not get crazy. I just like learning how to do something.
Okay, and a little bit more of my Lantern Lane. I finished the bottom part of the fence and did some of the snow. And I didn't get a chance to do any, or maybe I did get a chance to stitch a little bit, but Sunday night because we were doing the quilts on Sunday. This is Grandma's house from Little House Needleworks, the Hometown Holidays, for the PC Hometown Holidays stitch along on Instagram.
Did you start tagging that yet?
No,
or-
I'm going to go back in there and do it now. Give me my phone and I'll do it.
How many of there are these?
14.
Are there of these?
14 right now.
14 right now. Diane put out that she's putting more on the market
Yeah, 3
next
or
year.
4. So there's going to be a lot.
Yeah, and they're so
they
cute.
are so cute.
And they're easy to stitch.
Right, and they're so like petite, and don't you just want to live there? I mean, it's so cute. There's a lot of detail in them for being so small.
Right. I think I said that last week, that I like stitching these because it breaks up the colors and you're not just like stitching windows.
But they don't have that many colors, and there's only 2 of the fancy
Specialty.
floss in this one. So, and then I finished another block of Christmas rules.
She's stitching them vertically.
So I'm still hoping to try to get this one done for Christmas, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
What else you got?
A lot. Okay. I did some Lantern Lane on Sunday. Lantern Lane, Sal.
Oh, you got part of it over there, though.
Oh, you have the tree. What?
No, you weren't showing all that you stitched.
Oh yeah, I've got.
She's got a lot.
I don't. That house is gonna be. Somebody said it's a mansion, and so I just think of the Home Alone mansion. Macaulay, what's it?
See, I don't mind stitching, like, once I get it outlined and the windows outlined, I don't mind just sitting there stitching all the one color.
We're opposites. I did some more on Carve a Pumpkin, Halloween Rules. Halloween might just have to last until Christmas at my house so this gets done. I mean,
You're going to finish it.
okay. And then I like don't know where to put my stuff. Remember last week she said I wasn't done with this because I didn't do the border. I started working more on the border. The next one, I have to get the fancy floss for it, will be poinsettia place. And it just goes right next door to it. Then, Little House Needleworks Lakeside Lodge. This is being done for a gift. I got into this one yesterday, so I'm almost finished with the house. Once I get the house done, it'll be really quick to stitch. Really quick. And then I had a new start. I just realized I didn't find the sheet for it. Using my new trick or treat project bag. So I started the Four Seasons by Lizzie Kate. I started winter. Guys, did you see all that snow? Let me just rewind.
You'll be fine.
I know, I'll be fine. So,
You got quite a bit done on it though.
Yeah, get my needle all the way for you guys.
Those trees are really cute.
Trees are really cute. I am using regular DMC, except for 2 colors I'm using that I had in my stash. So for this one I'm using DMC, thrift store DMC. What can you do? I left enough room.
Use it.
I know. What else? Oh, do you have any haul?
Nope.
I have
I
haul.
haven't bought anything.
I have haul. I got, I was gonna say.
That's the bad thing about going to San Diego. There's no cross-stitch store.
Oh yeah, the horrible trip to San Diego. No cross-stitch store, but she did go to like 45 TJ Maxx's to find some Rae Dunn mugs. We're fanatics.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing we can add to our repertoire. I got off of eBay Johnny Appleseed, book number 9 from the Prairie Schooler, and Nursery Rhymes 2. If anyone has Nursery Rhymes 1 and wants to sell it to me, let me know.
Yeah, if anybody's paring down their Prairie Schoolers,
Let me know.
message us. Because there's a few that we would both love to get.
All the Nursery Rhymes. I'm obsessed with them right now. That was my haul.
Okay. So, we'd love for you to follow us on Instagram at Priscilla Blaine, at Chelsea356, my Facebook page, Priscilla's. No apostrophe.
No apostrophe.
My blog, priscillas2000.blogspot.com, and we've loved seeing everyone's finishes that they're tagging us in.
Thank you.
And you're doing amazing things, and we love seeing them, so continue to tag us so we can see them.
And all your progress on, I keep calling it Liberty Lane. Lantern Lane.
Yeah, some of you are finished. And
yes,
it's so
and it's
pretty.
beautiful. I'm just a little bit behind, so.
But join us in the
She doesn't even know what.
PC Hometown Holidays.
PC Hometown Holidays SAL. So hashtag.
I was going to leave off the SAL since we were doing the PC.
All right, so vetoed. Hashtag PC Hometown Holidays.
We'll
if
put
you're
it
gonna
down
join
below. But come over and join us, because these are
Really
like
fun.
I stitched this whole thing on the plane coming home. I started it in the airport while I was sitting there, and I got the roof done. And then I did this roof one stitch too many, so I had to rip the whole thing out, and I got all this done on the plane. So they're quick.
And they don't use a lot of fancy floss, so they use regular DMC and 2 fancy floss.
All of them? Or just...
The ones that I've looked at so
Yeah.
far. She did that with Santa's Village.
Right, yeah.
Santa's Village too. You use DMC and then there's 2 specialty floss for each pattern. So it makes it really affordable too. So that's all for this week. We will be back at our normal scheduled day of Saturday. We'll
and
have
hopefully
more.
we'll have a couple of finishes, and hopefully we'll have our Christmas quilts finished.
Hopefully. And we'll be starting the next one. I got vintage sheets that I'm going to be doing. I'm getting flannel shirts from the thrift store. Got it all right here. Just ready to go.
Yep.
My husband's super excited about it. He had to help me cut some fabric for the last quilt we did, and he was like, I don't even know how to do this. All right. So follow us, tag us. We'll see you next week.
Bye.